Hey guys, back to another YouTube video. Today it's going to be another video. I'm talking about these two buck knives because upon cataloging them and getting them in my collection, I realized there's something about this 112 that makes it even better. And I'm putting on my white gloves for this one. And I originally in the video called this a custom blade, and I was actually very wrong. It's not a custom blade, but it's not a regular blade either. It's something a little better. Because upon looking at the 112, I was cataloging it, putting it in my collection, when I noticed the anvil with the number 50 in it. And first thing that comes to my mind is, where have I seen that stamp before? So what I do is I get out my 50th anniversary 112 Ranger that my father got me for my birthday. Again, white gloves, I don't want to get this thing damaged. So I get it out, and lo and behold, Buck didn't put a custom blade. They didn't put the regular blade. They put the 50th anniversary blade in it. Now I've got one that is a finger groove 50th anniversary and one that isn't a finger groove 50th anniversary. So now I've got the pair. That is so awesome. I thank you very much, Buck. I don't know what to say on that one, because now I've got a matched pair. Wonder if they watch my videos. And a lot of my buddies were wondering, why did they put a 50th anniversary blade in this knife? Well, that's a good question, and I'm happy to answer that. This knife originally was a Buck 112 Founders Edition from 1902 to 2002 anniversary. 1902 to 2002 anniversary of Hoyt Buck. To commemorate him making the very first 112, they made this knife to commemorate that. And this is what that knife would have looked like brand new in the package. So I guess it's only fitting, since this originally was an anniversary knife, they would put a 50th anniversary blade in it. So that's awesome that they did that for me. And now it's a very unique item, which is what I like. It's a 1902 to 2002 anniversary of Hoyt Buck handle with a 50th anniversary 112 blade. Two very unique icons put together in one. So I always like to say I like to have something unique that no one else has, and I guarantee no one else has one just like this in their collection, where it's two different knives put into one. So I'm very happy that that Buck Knives did that for me. I mean, I was at a loss for words that they did this for me. All I would need is a shield to put on it, and I would say this is then a 50th anniversary, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it as is. But that is beautiful that they did that for me. Goes to show how far Buck will go to make sure you get the best quality possible. Like I always say, they're the kings to me, and they always will be. Put that back in the tin. Okay. But yep, like I said, it goes to show how far Buck will go to make sure you get the best item possible. I mean, that is just a beautiful piece right there. And I'll be getting a leather sheath for this one and this one. Now I gotta gently put this back in the box so it doesn't get damaged. But that's awesome that Buck did that for me. I was at a loss for words when I realized that. And when I realized that, I finally said, hey, I got to do a video about this. Like I always say, Buck is the best warranty ever. And anybody who says otherwise, well, they can go to hell. And next is me talking about my 110 that I got in. Those who may remember, this is my 110 that I've been carrying. This is my 2021 110 that I've been carrying this whole year. And this is my 110 that I just got in, the one that's 2022. And I was going to go ahead and retire this the same day I got this, but sadly, I realized I did not have a spare leather case for this, which I thought I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order one of these either from Buck or Copper and Clad to get a leather case for this and the 112. And then once I get those in, I will retire this and it'll go to my collection. So for now, this old girl's still going to be getting used. And then as soon as I receive that case, it'll be put straight into my collection. I'll repolish it, oil it, and then stick it in my collection. And it'll be officially retired. But it goes to show a difference between what one looks like many years later of use. And I just love the different color woods. They're all ebony, but this one's a slightly different color. And I love that look. And a friend of mine suggested I show off how sharp these are fresh out of the factory. So let me get a piece of paper real quick to show y'all how sharp these come fresh out of the factory. Let's start with the 110 first. And I'm not even pushing that hard. I mean, I'm not even pushing now. If I was to push it a little harder. Oops. Okay, that was a terrible example. Even right out to the tip. I mean, that is freaking sharp. I mean, that goes to show the Buck sharpness never fails. I mean, I could do that all freaking day. And then next, of course, I'll do the 112. Just clean through. You just can't beat Buck's sharpness. And in my opinion, Buck is the only American brand that's old and it's still around today. Not sold out like a bunch of its other cousins. And what I did find out recently, if to those who don't know, Buck actually acquired the Remington cutlery line. Me and my father found out about that on accident. We were going through eBay and we discovered a whole bunch of these cheap China Buck lots, which I don't personally prefer them, but my father buys them to collect. But we realized something funny about this set. It said Remington on it. Didn't say Buck, but it looks just like it. And on the back of it even says manufactured in Post Falls, Idaho, aka the Buck plant. And we looked it up and found out that Buck actually acquired the Remington rights to their Remington cutlery line. They didn't buy Remington Arms Company. That's a completely different, different thing. But they did buy the Remington cutlery line, which is awesome to me because you got such a well-known brand buying out an old brand to kind of keep that history alive. And I'll be looking for one of those sets to put in my collection. And it's just sad that so many good brands sold their rights. Charade, Camillus, Queen's Cutlery, Old Timer, which was a brand of Charade, of course. I mean, so many brands sold their rights. Remington, of course, went bankrupt. And so many other good companies sold their rights, or at least old companies, I should say. The only company I can say that's probably still around is Ka-Bar, but I'm not hearing very good reviews about their stuff. Their Ka-Bar fighting knife, which is what they're known for, I've been seeing a lot of videos and reviews from people that are saying the steel is either too soft or too brittle because it keeps breaking right at the guard, which is a very bad thing. Ka-Bar should fix that. But to me, Buck is the only brand that is still around, that is old, and they're still making knives the way they were back in the day. Of course, a lot many years advanced, but they're still holding to their all-American tradition, which is what I highly respect, and it's what a lot of people respect about them. And Buck's original competition, once Charade and Camille sold, the original competition was Case. But sadly, Case was also sold to China as well. And there's a few knives being made in the U.S., don't get me wrong about that, but all of my friends who used to love Case knives are all saying the same thing. They're not as good as they used to. And they could not even collect modern cases anymore for that reason. Because they're not the same brand they used to be, and they're not doing the same stuff they used to do. So, my opinion, Buck is the king and will always be the king. So, anyway, like I always say, if you want to warranty a knife, all you have to do is go on Buck's website, look up their warranty form, and see if that fits your knife, and you could send it in to get it replaced. Again, the only thing I had to pay for was the shipping, which is about $10 a knife. That's it. That is it. They do everything else for free. Reblade and repolish. That's all. Which is a hell of a bargain. I mean, you can't get any knife for that kind of cheap that's American made. I mean, that's what I love about Buck, is it doesn't matter what the price of the knife is, how cheap it is, you get the same quality made in the USA, which is, in my opinion, the best of the best. So anyway, I look forward to retiring my 110 eventually, but once I get my leather case, I'll retire it and polish it up, make it look nice, and then just go in my collection. So everybody, look forward to seeing this knife goodbye once I get the leather case. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've learned some information. And I look forward to sending the next knife into Buck next year. So I guess, as always, stay sharp and keep collecting.